Hi everybody, my name's Dave Cortez, and today I'm going to show you how to bake out textures in Substance Painter for use in Blender Renderman, Blender's version of Renderman. So right here I have a material sphere I've created with vertex colors applied that are they relate to each individual UV shell. So each island has a different color applied to it for use in baking out different materials in Substance Painter. So I have this low poly sphere here. I have a high poly sphere with a subdivision surface modifier applied to it, just to get a little bit more resolution for my bakes. So I've exported out each one as an FBX, selected objects only, and I've already exported out the high and the low sphere, which I've baked out in Substance. So let's check that out real quick. So here's the sphere I've baked out, and I've applied different materials to it via the color selection mask. So if I pick color, go green, you can see we have applied this dirty glass material to both of these selections, these UV islands. So let's remove the green, get back to my fabric. So the point of this is I want to try to get these different materials to appear the same in Blender, rendering with Renderman. So I've learned by researching online that the Renderman BXDF shader was the basis for Substance Material shader. So I should hopefully be able to get as close to a one-to-one representation as possible. So we have the sphere, and just export your textures as PBR metal rough. And I've already exported these to this texture folder, but let's just do it again. All right. So wait for this to export, and we can open these up, check them out. So pretty standard shaders. Let's pull these into Blender and see what we can get. So I've set up these two spheres, just kind of duplicated the second one over here, and rotated it, 180 degrees. So first things first is to set up, go up here to the top of your screen and choose Renderman. You'll have to previously install it, and there's documentation on how to do that already online. I'm not going to go through that. But once you select Renderman as your renderer, select an object, select all the faces, do a new material. I assign it, and I do add Renderman node tree. So I have my node editor opened up over here, and so that'll show you the Pixar. It's defaulted to the Pixar surface material, which I am going to switch to Pixar Disney. Okay, I'm just going to call this material sphere. Okay. Assign that. I'm going to go to this other guy and assign the same one. Okay, cool. So it's pretty straightforward. So base color is blue right now. We can change the color, but I want to use the texture maps that I've already baked out. So if you click this little icon here, or in the node editor, you can go add, where is it? Pixar texture patterns, and then go Pixar texture. So I can do that here, and then do result RGB to the diffuse or the base color, and choose a texture from there. Or more simply, just click this button here, this little dot next to the color, and choose Pixar texture. And then we will load up our base texture right here that we baked out. And I'll go back in a second and show you what this button does, but we have to turn linearize on to get the correct results. So the metallic, we'll do the same thing. We'll add in our metal map, metallic map that we baked there. Roughness, same thing. Then the bump normal. I've noticed that when I apply the Pixar normal map, I don't get the option to add the texture here, but it drops the node here. So just add the texture and then link it up. So normal, and then just drag that to the bump normal right here. So if I do that again, you can stretch these out, but the result, put that there. Everything else, I just kind of leave at default for now. And that should be it. So if we want to see, oh, another thing, you got to make a camera for your scene. So, if you don't know how to make a camera, there's a lot of tutorials online on how to do that. So, but hit 0 and you can go into your camera view. That's why I have two screens here. So we check this out. This is the camera view. You can just move this back and forth. I have my camera settings set up for the sensor size is 35 millimeters and the focal length is 45. So it seems to give me a pretty good result. So if I go to start IPR up here, hopefully this thing will pop up in just a second and we'll be able to see this render happen. Okay, so it's kind of dark. It's looking pretty good. Let's stop that real quick, and I'm going to make a sunlight or an environment light. Oh, first off, I have this lighting plane up here. Let's add Renderman node tree. I'll just go back to Pixar Disney again and put the color to pretty white, maybe a little warm. And let's go down to light emission, Pixar mesh light. Click over basic and we can adjust the intensity. So right now it's at 1. Start the IPR. Oh, and let me save this too. Renderman tends to crash every once in a while, so it's always a good thing to save your stuff. Okay, so we got this IPR going. Let's adjust the lights. Maybe turn this up to 20 just to see what we got. Yeah, so this is it's a little bit better. So we're actually getting some light happening. And as you can see that it is looking pretty close, right, just with this simple setup with the Disney Pixar shader for a 1-to-1 with Substance. So that being said, let's just create a light object. So just do a sun. When you click on the light option panel over here, you see add Renderman node tree, and that will allow you to get the environment light. So stop the IPR. With the environment light on, I have downloaded this free HDR map from from hdrmaps.com. So I'm just including this here. You can download it for free from their website, but I'm using this guy right here, this EXR, and I have the intensity at 0.5. Let's see what that looks like. And you can adjust the color temperature, the exposure, the intensity of this light. It's really versatile. And so you can see the reflections of the HDR map in the glass part of this sphere. So that's exactly what I want. You can see it reflected over here. This is looking pretty good. And let's see, Renderman presets. Just go to Final Denoise preset. Sometimes when you change these presets or adjust the lighting, or the material a lot, it won't update in the IPR, so you'll have to manually start and stop this thing again. But that being said, I'm going to give you guys this scene so you can play around with it. Check it out. Everything should be hooked up. If you have any questions, shoot me a line in the comments, and happy rendering. Bye.